Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome each and every one of you to another episode of the Mindful Session. Each and every week, I sit in front of you telling you about what is going on in our country, and which indeed a country that I'm sincerely proud of. Each and every week, I tell you what it is we need to do to improve the situation that is going on in our country. Each and every week, I tell you what it is we need to do to improve the situation of our youths. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a proud advocate of the youths. I am an advocate of the youths because I believe that the youths are our future. I believe that each and every one of us work hard for a betterment of tomorrow. And if we leave this earth, we leave this world today, who is going to continue our hard work? It's our youths. In 2019, September 22nd, my son was taken away from me. My son, that every time he goes around a certain community, he leaves an imprint. So many people have reached out to say he did not deserve to die. My son had a party. He said, "Daddy, Mommy, my girlfriend's birthday is coming up. I want to have a party for her in a club. Mommy, Daddy, Uncle, Auntie." We don't believe in uncles and aunties, as each and every one of you, or many of you, are aware. In our community, we believe that if something happened to us, our children, our nephews are supposed to step in. Came to us and said, "I want to rent a club, a venue, so I can have a party for my girlfriend." Which indeed, his mother that worked for the United Nations said, "You know what, Alpha, I don't think it's a good idea, but my son was quite persistent and said, this is what she wants. I want to do it for her." He had the party at a club, which indeed, this party consisted of only by invites only. November 22nd. November 22nd, my son had a party for his girlfriend. He had a party by invites only. These guys from Leone wanted to enter the party. They wanted to enter the party. Security told them this is a private party. You cannot enter the party. My son happened to be walking by. Security decided to bring him on and ask him, is it okay for these guys to enter the party? He asked them simply, do you have an invite? This is invites only. These guys decided to wait for my son after the party and approached him. To approach my son. After the party, they approached him. Now, each and every one of you are aware of how we are as young men. You call me a certain name, I will respond. So they waited. He waited. A Sierra Leonean waited for another Sierra Leonean to exit the party. That's my son. That's my son that was taken away. He was born 1994. He was born 1994. A lot of people that knew this kid a lot of that's me holding him. That's me holding my son. So many people that come across my son knew him as an individual that was here to make a difference. Alpha Bangura never meant harm to no one. That's my son. Was taken away from me. That's my son that I remember picking up from school. I want you to look at this picture, ladies and gentlemen, and imagine the pain that I feel. It's going to be 1 year since I lost my son. There would never be any words anyone that can ever say to me that can give me satisfaction. There will never be anyone that can ever say anything to give me satisfaction. He was born on the 29th of September, and he was taken on the 22nd, he was looking towards his birthday. That's a picture of my son driving me to Massachusetts. I woke up and I told him he cannot drive me to Massachusetts, Boston. He told me, Daddy, I will not let you drive tonight alone. He told me, I will drive you. He said, I will drive you, Daddy. There's no way I'm going to let you drive tonight. Today, I drove from D.C. By the time I woke up, my son was there. He said, Daddy, I'm going to drive you. These are the memories that I have been taken away from me. It's going to be 1 year since my son has been taken. What do you expect me to do? How do you expect me to feel? I fight for Leoneans. I fight. Everything I do, I spend so much money. I have spent over 10,000 pounds to support Leoneans. I've spent over so much money for Leoneans. And for Leoneans to come to America and take my son. Do you feel my pain? He was born September 2000, 1994. He was born September 1994. He was taken away from me, from another Leonean. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 days was when my son was taken. I do apologize for my outbursts, but you know what? I'm not even going to apologize. I sit on here each and every day for the betterment of youths. I believe in the youths. I believe in the betterment of the youth. I believe that they're our future. I don't believe that a parent should ever bury their children. I believe that whatever we struggle for in this life is for our children to continue and for our children to kill each other. That is something that is devastating. That is something that is hard for me to comprehend. There are so many children in Africa trying to come overseas. And when they come overseas, they decide to become gangsters, killing each other. The pain that a parent feels, one can never imagine. Pain that I feel, you can never imagine. The pain that his mother feels. She works for the United Nations. She works for the United Nations, trying to bring peace to the world. Imagine me trying to talk to her, telling her continue to do what you do. She works for the United Nations, trying to bring peace all over the world. And she's trying to tell me, why should I continue to do what I do when my son was taken from me? This show today is to talk about Sierra Leone. But today I wanted to give a tribute to someone that believed in humanity. Many people that knew Alpha, please put his picture back up for me. Please put his picture back up for me. Can we see his picture, please? All he ever wanted was to bring happiness to people. All this kid ever wanted was to bring happiness. Alpha would give you everything he had. Everything he ever wanted was to make a difference, and he was taken away. I just want to say his birthday is September 29th. He was born 1994, and he was killed 2019 on the 22nd. A couple of days before his birthday. This organization is called Camaro Youths. It was developed due to my son. Camaro Youths is dedicated to Alpha. Because of what he believed in. Today, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what is going on in Sierra Leone. The president of Sierra Leone, Bio, has returned to Sierra Leone. I just wanted to take those few minutes to acknowledge my son. I just wanted each and every one of you to know that what we do is to strive for our children. And whenever a child is taken from us, it's something that is quite difficult. I expect my children to be the one to take me to the grave, not for me to take my children to the grave, and not for me to be present. So when my son is taken, it's something quite difficult. So I'm not going to apologize for me getting emotional because I strive for these children. I strive for the betterment of the youths all over the world. So when another youth take my child away, I have the right to get emotional. And if any one of you feel that I don't have the right, I welcome your emails, I welcome your text messages, but I am a parent as well. And if your son, your only son, is taken away from you, and you feel as though I don't have the right to express myself, send me your emails, send me your messages. Kipi, my condolences to you. I love you. You have the support of the whole Camaro family on your side. I know what you're going through is not easy. But just know that you have the Camaro family on your side. I know who I am. I know what is expected of me. I cannot do this show today, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot function. My apologies to each and every one of you. we're gonna have to cut this show today. The show is coming to an end. Apologies.